By now, you know the name COSA TV, an industry leader producing unique, high-quality digital content promoting harness racing in Ontario. Features, virtual programming, live events, and more. COSA TV has it covered. Follow our social media channels and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to view the latest content. And if you're looking to bet your favorite Ontario track, check out hpibet.com. COSA TV, taking Ontario racing global.
Good morning from Ohio. It is a beautiful day here. What's temperature today in American? 73 officially right here. Robin told me it was 73. That makes it about 19, probably 18, 19. It's a beautiful day. 32, I think. It's a math lesson from Daryl. It's perfect today. No wind. It's not super hot. It's just beautiful today. Track's a little loose. We don't got a lot of pull here yet, but I've asked them to put some more water on the track. This track, when it gets, so it's not super hot, but when it gets a little hot, it gets really beachy. You'll see pacers start making breaks in weird places at this place. Surface is great, just needs a lot of water. Who do we got today? Stonebridge Simba looks great today. I just warmed up Papa Totality. She looked good. The horse I'm really interested in today, though, is Procrastinator. Might put a little charge into him today. It's 12 days until the next generation, and as of this morning, he's obviously, for thestable.ca, the running favorite to be in that race. So we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go this morning. Bunch of trotters in. Now, we do have some scratches today. Purple Aura's not out, and that's simply because she was never supposed to be in. That was my fault. Jason and I went over the list the other day. She went a mile in 2-1. She's a big filly. She'd been in 2-5. She doesn't need to come back in 2 anything. She needs to have the week off, just train a mile and a half on Saturday. Then we'll go back at it next week. We do have racetracks that are carting 2-year-old races, but they're not being filled. Of Tom is going to go today. She was supposed to be scratched today to race on Monday, but the class isn't filling. So Monday night, Massive Profit is scratched. Monday night, he's going to be in the straight maiden, much like Voyage of Ice and Fire. Much like Voyage of Ice and Fire is on Sunday evening. Got to get them racing, got to get them going, some of them. It made sense with Voyage of Ice and Fire. He's going to have to trot probably 57, 56 on July 2nd. So a good mile and 58 or 59 in him on Sunday night won't hurt at all. A little experience, a little speed. It'll go a long way for the second. So of the horses scratched, I think the only ones that are certainly scratched are Purple Aura. I wasn't sure about LSL now, Prince Tab. He shod this morning. They took all the weight off him and all the toe off him. Not an ideal situation for Prince Tab, so I'm not convinced he's going to go yet. We are going to warm him up. If he feels good, then we'll go with him. If he doesn't, we won't. So that'll be a literal game time decision for us. But there are no lameness issues, no sickness issues here at all right now in Ohio. Pretty happy with that. Reports out of Ontario are good. Now, Arches Rainbow, let's touch on this a little bit. Arches Rainbow, his AST was a little bit higher. Liver was a little bit high. I told them to turn her out in the field for a week. Turn her out, let her relax for a week. She went out to the field. So not only is she not qualifying this week, she won't qualify next week. It'll be the following week we get Arches Rainbow qualified. Anything else? Mischievous Rose scoped a little sick the other day, but they got that under control, I believe. So everything seems to be progressing pretty nicely here. A big win yesterday for Jazzy Judy. I'm regurgitating a lot of this. So I did a video this morning for all of you, for all our clients out there. If you go to our YouTube page, you can see the video I did this morning explaining what took place yesterday. Very impressed with I'm a Lovely Lady. Mama knows best outside, in with 4-year-olds and colts and geldings. You know, Jason and Luke talked about it and said, listen, if things don't look great leaving the gate, just train her. And that's what they did. So I was happy with her. Happy all around for the most part. So we will get it underway in qualifier number 5 with Stonebridge Simba. I'm going to head up to the paddock in just a minute. You guys are getting a look at some 2-year-olds going behind the gate here in Ohio. I am, you are, and we will take a look at them all together. But I'm interested in waiting for Procrastinator today. Talk to you all very, very soon.
In a field lies hope, anticipation. From the biggest races to the brightest stages, taking you on the wildest ride.
Forbidden Trade with a gigantic upset.
Tall Dark Stranger answers the bell. For the glory, the pride, the payoff. Enter the field, the Ontario Sire Stakes program, from Ontario farms to the world stage.
Dark Horse. Download the app today.
Good morning, everyone. It is Jason McGinnis here live from Northfield Park in beautiful Northfield, Ohio. We're getting ready to go for the fifth qualifier here this morning. I wasn't up here. Well, I was. I was up here for the first four, but I think Curtis was slacking on the graphics, so I'm going to throw him under the bus. And there were no stable horses in the first four qualifiers, so as I told Curtis, I'm going to save my voice. Gates in the middle of the track, getting ready to roll for the fifth qualifier of 19 here today. The first stable horse of the day, leaving from post 3, Stonebridge Simba. Simba's been off since March 7th. 2 starts prior to that, he was a winner in the open handicap trot here at Northfield. Had some time off to freshen up, and he's looking to continue on what was a successful winter and spring campaign for trainer Bill Rhodes. But he's since moved into the Jason McGinnis stable when I relocated here in March. Gates getting ready to roll. Couple of early breakers. The 5, One More Mission, and the 7, Hypocrisy. And they are off. Stonebridge Simba gets off the gate well. Also from the outside, Jogging Sweets for Kurt Sugg for trainer Edward Miller. And he's going to be put in the 2-hole by Stonebridge Simba and Anthony MacDonald. Back in third, Chris Lems and the 6-horse So Romantic for trainer Marion Chupp. Back to fourth, it looks like. What's on second? Fifth, I believe that's Ryan Stahl with the 1-horse Zodale. Stonebridge Simba up to the quarter in a leisurely 29-2. Coming off a very good training mile last week. Anthony trained him, was very happy with him. Stonebridge Simba, the 5-year-old stallion son of Yankee Glide, is over the half in a pedestrian minute and 3/5. Track playing very fast here today. Stonebridge Simba lets it out a notch on the front end. Simba, the brother to Man of Many Missions, sire of a couple of thestable.ca horses you may have heard of, yes, and globetrotting. 3/4 up in 128-4. Anthony let him out a notch there. Jogging Sweets giving chase from the 2-hole. So Romantic, another 4 or 5 back to third. Anthony and Stonebridge Simba cut the corner. And he looks to be a comfortable winner here in his return to racing action. Anthony and Stonebridge Simba, they're home in 156-3. Snappy mile this morning for Stonebridge Simba. Jogging Sweet, a good mile to be second. So Romantic rounded out the top 3. Hi, folks. We're back with a special guest that'll be popping in several times throughout the morning. Mr. Michael Carter, a man of many hats. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
A man of
something like
many
that.
hats. Mike's up here in the grandstand charting the races this morning. He is 1,000 times better announcer than me. I'm slightly amateur. There are 3 people that can announce here at Northfield, and we can't get one of them up here in the booth. It's kind of sad, but we're working with what we got. Told for the folks watching at home without commentary, a couple of very impressive down by the seaside fillies for driver Chris Lamb's trainer Scott Cox so far this morning.
Yeah, Scotty Cox has had a couple of good ones the last couple of weeks here at Northfield. Went 2 minutes last week, and then we've seen a pair of 57s this week. So some really, really nice. Scott Cox also trains that Chase H. Hanover, who's been taking on some of the top talent in the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes. So some really nice 2-year-old fillies. We were talking down the hall there. Some of those fillies just are really, really nice. We thought they were colts for a second and looked down and saw they were fillies, and those are some really big miles.
I literally, the fourth qualifier of Via Hanover, I had to look twice, and I was like, that's a filly, wow. She just looked really, really impressive, and I think Chris had her really wrapped up coming underneath the wire. She was a winner last week, 2 minutes and a fifth, 28 flat on the end. 57 flat here this morning.
Yeah, 57
but
flat. Yeah.
Wrapped up and looked very impressive to the point where I'm kind of glad we don't have any pacing fillies.
Holman 28-1, so
And
nice effort.
Very wrapped up. So a pretty good morning for Mr. Lems and Mr. Cox here so far this morning, and a pair of very impressive down by the seaside fillies. Eye-catching.
So, yeah,
Eye-catching.
not bad at all. How about Stonebridge Simba there, yeah?
Stonebridge Simba, very good. Yeah, he trained super last week. He missed some time, and we freshened him up, and touch wood, it looks like it works.
Nice. We'll catch you in a few minutes.
All right, take care. Welcome back, everyone. We are set for qualifier number 6. Getting into the turn. Anthony McDonald will steer number 2, Procrastinator. 2-year-old gelded son of Down by the Seaside out of the Western Ideal mare, I Kill Time. Was a 6.5 length winner last week in 2 minutes flat, 28-1 on the end. He is the only previous starter in the race. Got a field of 7 here. And they are off. Anthony trying to get a good early spot with Procrastinator. Craig Stein leaving with the Racing Hill colt. Pellegrini from the outside. Looks like Ryan Stahl in the 3-horse. Fear the Money, a Fear the Dragon colt trained by Kent Sherman. Chris Lem's back in 4th with Jim on the Rocks, a 2-year-old pet rock sent out by trainer Herman Hagerman. Greg Grismore and a 2-year-old McCardle colt named Cobra Kai Johnny. I like that name. Meanwhile, back on the front end, it's Anthony and Procrastinator in 29-1. I didn't even get through the full field here. I'm taking my time announcing. Kurt Suggs also in here with American Hit Girl, a 2-year-old filly sent by Corey Diermond, sired by Mr. Wiggles. Or maybe he's driving the other horse. I don't get the driver changes. Kurt Sugg is driving Point Place for trainer Marty Wollum. It's a Pandarosa colt, and at the back is Dawn Irvine, an American Hit Girl, the Mr. Wiggles filly. Anthony trips the timer in 1 minute even with Procrastinator. It looks like he's letting him out a notch here. Stalls in the 2-hole. Fear the Memory. Craig Stein and Pellegrini. Chris Lems with a little green Jim on the Rocks moved to the outside in 4th. As Procrastinator trips the 3/4 pole in 1:28-3. It's Procrastinator. Pellegrini moving from the 3-hole, now moves up to 2nd, goes around Fear the Memory. Cobra Kai Johnny getting up for 4th so far. Looks to close in, but it is Procrastinator crossing the wire in 1:57-4. I see his green earplugs flopping. He pulled the plugs late. A good mile this morning from the 2-year-old gelded son of Down by the Seaside. Procrastinator and driver Anthony MacDonald.
Harness Racing Update is the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU covers the sport from all angles with news, features, photography, opinion, and analysis of racing. Also, HRU covers breeding and sales, as well as industry stories you need to know. It's all delivered by a deep, diverse, and talented team of writers and photographers. And the best news is that it's free to subscribe. Subscribe to HRU today for free at harnessracingupdate.com and see what everyone is talking about.
Welcome back, everyone, for qualifier number 7 of 19 here this morning. There will be a short break after the 7th qualifier to allow people to warm up. Another break following the 11th qualifier this morning. Thestable.ca, represented by the 2-horse here, Path of Totality. Back from a short stint at the Meadows, she qualified here. Raced well her first start. Made a little miscue and made a break last week. She's back here to try to get her A game again, and Anthony's leaving the car with her. Anthony and Path of Totality, the 4-year-old daughter of Donato Hanover, gets around the first turn. CS Golden Chip in the 2-hole. Some of you may have noticed Curtis had some of the graphics on wrong. Path of Totality was down as the 4-hole with Kurt Sugg. But Curtis is thinking about making a hamburger for lunch, so he may have messed that up. It is Path of Totality, past the quarter in 28-3. CS Golden Chip back in second. Rose Run was up. Follows along in third. Al Spirit, couple lengths gap back and forth. Chris Lems and Hurricane Budnick, about 15 back to fifth. Now I'm trying to do Michael Carter's job and gauge how far back they are. He's the charter. Anyway, back to the front end. Anthony McDonald and Path of Totality halfway home in 58-1. CS Golden Chip giving chase in second. And Rose Run was up back in third. Anthony and Path of Totality hit the 3/4 pole in 1:26.4. Anthony let her out a notch there. She looks very comfortable this morning. CS Golden Chip giving chase in second. Rose Run was up back in third. But it's going to be an open length victory for a wrapped up Path of Totality. She's home in 1:56.1.
In a field lies hope, anticipation. From the biggest races to the brightest stages, taking you on the wildest ride.
Forbidden Trade with a gigantic upset.
Tall Dark Stranger answers the bell. For the glory, the pride, the payoff. Enter the field, the Ontario Sire Stakes program, from Ontario farms to the world stage.
Hi, folks. Jason McGinnis and Michael Carter back here, just trying to kill some dead air during the break. A little break here. A lot of horses out warming up. I'm watching a bunch of ours go. That looks like a thoroughbred. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Anyway.
whose horse that is because there's no saddle pad.
Anyway, your take from the first 7 qualifiers, couple of race horses, and it's kind of been the Down by the Seaside show as far as 2-year-olds go.
Yeah, Fear the Dragon and Down by the Seaside are the talk of the town here in Ohio. A couple of national seasons marks in the first couple of qualifiers over a half-mile track. One tick, check this out, one tick off of the national seasons mark on any track anywhere for a 2-year-old filly.
Wow.
So some really nice morning. I know your pet Globetrotting is coming up here in the 8th race. She's coming back real good. We've gotten to see some big efforts. How about let's see here. Hold on. There was one that I saw. I believe. Let's see here. Path of Totality was raced real good. Yeah,
she was very good.
But Procrastinator. In fact, we were chatting down there 1x6, 2 minutes flat, and they said, "Yeah, we'll see what the gelding's going to do. Is he going to go faster than the fillies?" And did not. I was more impressed with the filly performances.
Yeah, 57 and 3.
Listen, not knocking Procrastinator at all. That was a big mile.
No, not at all. Those 2 fillies of Scott Cox's were very, very impressive. Like I said before, eye-catching, where you're looking, who is that horse? What's it by? Very impressive-looking horses. Procrastinator, a very good mile. He is in the running to represent thestable.ca. He's probably the front runner right now in the next generation race at Scioto Downs.
Well, coming off those 2 qualifiers, that race goes for what, 125,000?
It might even be 150 this year.
150,
but nice. A lot of money.
Now the next generation, for those who don't know, you had to buy your way in. It's a $10,000 seat. There are 9 entrants?
I think they go 9.
Are they going 9?
No trailer, I believe.
No trailer. So you have $90,000 worth of bought purse money, and then you have another 40,000 or so. Excuse me, I can't add apparently 60,000 coming from the racetrack. So it's a really nice series. I know Rosie's got one that's headed or pointing towards that series. As many qualifiers as I put together yesterday, I don't know if that one is going to qualify here this morning or
she has nothing to qualify today. I asked her, so she's taking the morning off.
Some nice next generation horses, and that's a really nice series that they have.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a smaller version than the Mohawk Million, which went last year in its initial run and was successful and sold out at spots again this year. A little more money, but a lot more money, but it costs a lot more to get in too. It's a pretty serious race, won by Andy Miller and Andrew McCarthy last year, and Julie Miller.
Yeah, Venerate was real good. You guys got one on the racetrack right now from the 13th race. Excuse me, it may not be yours. I saw. You know what? It made me think it was yours. It is yours. Daryl Rideout's on it. 1-2 Skip a Few is going up the backstretch now, trotting up a storm. So. She looks good. Obviously looking to try to improve off of her qualifier last week. 2, 3, and 4 just really didn't advance forward, but Anthony's gonna pick up the drive here.
She kind of just got lost a little bit at the back, but she closed up okay. She was a little too far back, 13 off at the half, and then they sprinted home a little bit.
Yep.
I kind of look for her to have a little bit more of a better performance this morning. I know Anthony does. Anthony's going to drive her today. Travis Henry elected to stay in Canada rather than drive 5 hours to come warm up and qualify horses at Northfield Park. I'm a little disappointed in him.
He is fired.
But
that's it.
Daryl's letting her trot down the lane. She looks very good this morning.
I was going to say she looks like she's on her A game this morning.
Justin Irvine, the Prince of Northfield Downs, and Anthony are going a slow mile with someone.
It's like the thoroughbred has calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but they were excited.
But it's probably one of the later races. A couple of these don't have saddle pads. We have 19 here at Northfield Park this morning, and
I think there's only saddle pads races for 15 or 16.
I'm sure they'll be getting some of the first race saddle pads here shortly. Some really nice horses warming up, but looks like 1-2 Skip a Few is cooling down pretty well too.
Daryl had her marching down the last quarter and down the lane. She looked very good.
There we go. There's one to skip a few. Let's see. Anthony's driving. Let's see. Who is he
Anthony
on?
and Justin.
It's up here. It's the 6-horse. I believe that's the 11th race, maybe?
6-horse in the 11. Eyes a 10.
Yeah,
That is the What the Hill sister to probably the first real start of the stable Lawmaker.
They're getting ready to come on the track. I better get ready for the next race.
Get ready for the next. And
Globe
as you
trotting.
mentioned, my most anticipated qualifier of today is a 4-year-old mare, trotting mare, globe trotting. Anthony's been specific in her. Am I still on? Oh, okay. We're still talking. Hey, as we had mentioned, globetrotting. I said to Mike earlier, this is my personal most anticipated qualifier of the morning. She's been extremely good training back down. A very long, well-deserved rest all winter. She's been in here since March, and she's touch wood. Everything's gone very good so far. I got her on March 2nd. It is June 17th. So that is the difference when you don't have it's tough to do, but when you don't have stake race pressure and they have to be ready at this particular date. The only thing Anthony said to me all along is, I don't care when she's ready, have her good. So we have taken our time. She has 1,000 slow miles into her, a couple of race bike miles by our very own Travis Henry, and Anthony trained her here a week and a half ago. But so far, things are going very good for globetrotting, but I don't want to talk about her too much in case I jinx her. Anthony and Justin finishing up their warm-up miles, and they're beginning to come out on the track for the 8th race. We'll be back in a second when the gate starts to roll. Okay. Hi, everybody. Jason McGinnis back here for qualifier number 8 of 19 here this morning. Well, this afternoon. It's 12:28. A field of 7 in behind the car. I'm going to be watching number 4, Globe Trotting. Her first start since November 13th. And the starter has let them go. Problems leaving for the 1, Kelly's Dream. Anthony gliding, Globe trotting out. Going to try to keep her out of trouble. And Anthony has Globe trotting on the front. Looks like the 5, Taurus the Park. Finally going to get in that 2-hole. Back to Chris Lems and Heavy Duty K in third. Globetrotting's over the quarter in a snappy 28-4. It's Globetrotting and Anthony McDonald on the front. Taurus the Park back in second. Chris Lems and the Marion Chuck trained Heavy Duty K back in third. Our very own Tim Deaton sits in fourth with the Lauren Harmon trained Body of Work. Then back to Luke Ebersol, Sammy's Rolling Stone, Kurt Sugg, and Allen. And further back to Kelly's Dream. Globetrotting she's at the half. Globetrotting's at the half in 59 seconds flat. And she's beginning to pick it up here down the backside. Anthony letting Globetrotting sail here a little bit. She hits the 3/4 in 1:26-4. 27-4 third quarter for Globetrotting. And she is pouring it on. Globetrotting and Anthony, mightily impressive here today. I feel like a proud father. I don't have any kids. It'd be like scoring the winning goal in hockey or something. Globetrotting home in a wrapped up 155 in 1. Back half in 56 in 1. Wrapped up. Welcome back, Globetrotting.
By now, you know the name COSA TV, an industry leader producing unique, high-quality digital content promoting harness racing in Ontario. Features, virtual programming, live events, and more. COSA TV has it covered. Follow our social media channels and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to view the latest content. And if you're looking to bet your favorite Ontario track, check out hpibet.com. COSA TV, taking Ontario racing global.
Hi, folks. Jason McGinnis back here. Qualifier number, I don't even know where we're at. Qualifier number 9. We're getting there. Stable.ca represented with 2 horses in here. Leading from post 1 will be Anthony McDonald and Off Tom, the 2-year-old filly daughter of Long Tom. First crop of Long Tom here this year. Justin Irvine will steer What the Hill filly, Hill of Magic. Justin involved in a little spill last week at Northville. Good to see him back up. Gates picking them up down the backside. From the inside out, Anthony McDonald and number 1 Off Tom. Greg Grismore, Vivica Hanover for trainer Tyler Bates. The 3 is We Go, driver Don Irvine Jr. The 4, 7 Lick Hill. Chris Lambs picks up the assignment. The 5, the previously mentioned Hill of Magic for Justin Irvine. Kurt Sugg will steer the 6, Charlotte's Fancy. 6, 2-year-old filly trotters at the head of the stretch, getting ready to go. Qualifier number 9. Early miscue for the 3, We Go, and the rest of them are going. Greg Grismore lost Vivica Hanover, but it's Off Tom and Anthony McDonald heading to the front. Off Tom in the running to represent the stable in the 2-year-old filly trot division of the Next Generation Stake at Scioto Downs. Anthony has Off Tom up at the front. Chris Lems following along with 7 Lick Hill, the What the Hill filly. Justin got away clean, sitting 3rd with Hill of Magic, another What the Hill, first crop. Kurt Sugg and Charlotte's Fancy, the full count filly, back in 4th, and well back to the early breakers. Vivica Hanover and We Go has pulled up at the paddock. Anthony and Off Tom were at the quarter in 30 and 3, very comfortable on the lead. Chris Lems lost 7 Lick Hill there in the 2-hole. So Justin Irvine and Hill of Magic and Harrod second. It's Off Tom up on the lead, half in 1 minute and 3/5. What the Hill daughter, Hill of Magic, back in 2nd. Charlotte's Fancy 3rd. Chris Lems, 7 Lick Hill, and well back to the early breaker, Vivica Hanover. It's Anthony and Off Tom. She hits the timer in 1:29 and 3, coming off a 2nd place finish last week in 2-1, last quarter in 28 and 4. He's asking her for more today. Anthony and Off Tom on the lead. Hill of Magic giving chase in 2nd. But it is the Off Tom show. I'm sure Shane Acton's watching. Oh, there's a text from Cindy Acton. Off Tom, Anthony McDonald, 1:59 and 3. Hill of Magic 2nd. Chris Lem's got 7 Lick Hill back up for 3rd over Charlotte's Fancy. And the early breaker, Vivica Hanover. Off Tom and Anthony McDonald, 1:59 and 3.
Harness Racing Update is the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU covers the sport from all angles with news, features, photography, opinion, and analysis of racing. Also, HRU covers breeding and sales, as well as industry stories you need to know. It's all delivered by a deep, diverse, and talented team of writers and photographers. And the best news is that it's free to subscribe. Subscribe to HRU today for free at harnessracingupdate.com and see what everyone is talking about.
Hi, everyone. Back for qualifier number 10. Thestable.ca is not represented in this qualifier, but I'm up here. I'm in the announcer's booth, normally filled by Ayers Ratliff. So I don't know if anybody wants to listen to me or not, but here we are. So qualifier number 10, 2-year-old Pacers here. Leaving from the inside out, Gold Vintage and Jimmy Smith. He's a 2-year-old colt by Western Vintage. Another 2-year-old colt by Don't Do Me That Again. Number 2, Greater Than Aces, Ryan Deaton. Kurt Sugg will steer the 3, Dancing at Midnight. That's a Big Bad John filly for trainer Corey Dearmond. Chris Lambs and Scott Cox are having a very impressive morning here. They're back with Pit Panda, a 2-year-old gelded son of McCardle. Number 5, Barely a Sin, David Lake. For trainer Wes Hirschberger, it's a Charlie Barley 2-year-old gelding. Number 6, Fear of Delight, Ryan Stahl for trainer Kent Sherman. This is a 2-year-old Fear the Dragon colt. And John Oliverio sends out the 7, J Seaside, Don Irvine Jr. It is a Down by the Seaside gelding. And they're off. Barely a Sin and David Lake got away from the car very impressively. Kurt Sugg floats out with Dancing at Midnight. But Jimmy Smith is having none of that. Jimmy Smith's going to fill the hole. Little steppy up front was Barely a Sin and David Lake. He's got him back, minding his manners now. Jimmy Smith following in the 2-hole. Kurt Sugg doesn't want the 2-hole, the 3-hole. He's going to the front with Dancing at Midnight. The Big Bad John filly. Only female in the group, but she's on the front here. Quarter up in 30-4. Dancing at Midnight and Kurt Sugg on the front end. Back in the 2-hole, Barely a Sin. Gold Vintage made a break. Gold Vintage is off stride. Back to third, Ryan Stahl, the son of Fear the Dragon, Fear the Delight. Chris Lamb's on the outside now with Pit Panda. Ryan Deaton, Greater Than Aces for trainer Dean Santantonio. I think that's how you say it. JC Sides is at the back with the previous breaker, Gold Vintage. The half was 59-4. And Kurt Sugg is letting Dancing at Midnight out a notch. Barely a Sin back in second. Pit Panda and Chris Lambs moving to the outside. 3/4 up in 129 flat. It's Dancing at Midnight trying to hold on to the lead. Pit Panda closing up for second. Barely a Sin back to third. Greater Than Aces moves to the outside now, takes over fourth. Fear of Delight back to the inside fifth. And down the lane, it's Dancing at Midnight, but on the outside, Pit Panda. That's close. I'm going to give it to Dancing at Midnight and Kurt Sugg. Pit Panda, a good closing second. Up for third, Barely a Sin. Time of the mile, 1:58-4.
By now, you know the name COSA TV, an industry leader producing unique, high-quality digital content promoting harness racing in Ontario. Features, virtual programming, live events, and more. COSA TV has it covered. Follow our social media channels and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to view the latest content. And if you're looking to bet your favorite Ontario track, check out hpibet.com. COSA TV, taking Ontario racing global.
Hi, everybody. We're back for qualifier number 11 of 19 here this morning. This is the last qualifier before another break, and then they're going to roll the rest of them right off. We have 7 trotters heading behind the gate, all 2-year-olds from the inside out. Kurt Sugg, number 1, Stars in Your Eyes. Jessica Milner trains, and Away We Go, filly. Number 2, Don Irvine Jr., Vivid Heart. Herman Hagerman, this is a long tom filly. Wes Hirschberger trains the 3, a long tom filly, Classy Kia. David Lake will steer. Luke Ebersol for trainer Darren Harvey, driving the 2-year-old Southwind Toscano filly, Toscano Girl. Jimmy Smith and China Sue leave from post 5. Jimmy trains, this is a What the Hill filly. Anthony McDonald and stable representative Eyes a 10, the What the Hill daughter, her second qualifier. And post 7, Claire Umholtz picks up the drive on the Trixon filly for Stephen Harris, Trixlicious. Car's about to let them go. Everybody getting away clean. Kurt Sugg floating out with Stars in Your Eyes from post position 1. David Lake and Classy Kia pressing the pace a little bit. He looks to drop in the 2-hole. Vivid Heart back to 3rd. 4th, Luke Ebersol and Toscano Girl. China Sue got away in 5th. Anthony's off the pace with Eyes a 10 back in 6th. And Trixlicious trails the field. Quarter was 30 and 1/5. Put up by Kurt Sugg and Stars in Your Eyes. Classy Kia following along in 2nd. Vivid Heart 3rd. Our man Luke got his nice new shiny coveralls on this morning with the Scannel Girl back in 4th. China Sue 5th. Anthony content to sit 6th with Eyes at 10. And several lengths back to Trixlicious. Everybody pretty content where they are right now. Halfway home in 1:03. Pretty modest pace being set here for Stars in Your Eyes on the front end. Classy Kia chasing in 2nd. Vivid Hearts back to 3rd. Luke Ebersol, Toscano Girl 4th. Anthony's had enough of this 103 stuff. He's on the move with Eyes at 10. 3/4, 1:33 and 4. Stars in Your Eyes on the front. David Lake pocket pulling with Classy Kia. Eyes at 10. Making a good move from the back. On the inside is Vivid Heart. Don Irvine just lost Vivid Heart. Turning for home now. Stars in Your Eyes. Classy Kia. Eyes at 10. Giving chase on the outside, but it's Classy Kia and David Lake. 2:04 flat. Stars in Your Eyes was 2nd. Eyes at 10 closed up well to be 3rd.
In a field lies hope, anticipation. From the biggest races to the brightest stages, taking you on the wildest ride.
Forbidden Trade with a gigantic upset.
Tall Dark Stranger answers the bell. For the glory, the pride, the payoff. Enter the field, the Ontario Sire Stakes program, from Ontario farms to the world stage.
Hi, folks. Jason McGinnis and
Mike Carter.
Mike Carter back from Northfield Park. What a nice day. I mean, we're in the air conditioning. We're good.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
it's gorgeous.
compared to last Thursday. Curtis got some feedback there. But I felt bad last week. Everybody was back there. The sweat's pouring off them. And I pulled back in after sitting in the control room every day. And I said, I almost got a chill. I needed a sweater in up there. It was very cold. Yeah, I got a lot of dirty looks.
Well, it's funny because we, last night you almost needed a jacket, right? The last 2 nights.
I was in the 14th
chilly, right?
and driving back to the barn with the horse. I was like, it's cold.
So some nice horses getting ready to qualify here. The Down by the Seasides have been the talk of the town. We've heard over the last few days on Twitter, following qualifiers, etc., that Fear the Dragon Down by the Seaside would be maybe the next big thing. But man, I'll tell you, they've really shown themselves here. And not only that, they're handy horses. They're doing well on a half-mile track. So
which you have to here. You have to be able to get around the half really good. But no, they're very, very good-looking horses. Can't stress it enough. I mean, I said it earlier. These two horses and What the Hills to a point too. Game changers.
Yeah,
they're game changers. Like the breed. I've been coming to Ohio for 4 years now, and just seeing the breed progress, and the yearling sales are higher. The purses are high. Well, you get better horses, you get better breeding, and I think it's just going to get better in the next few years.
On the let's see here, on the feed here, trying to figure out. This looks like Bomb Hugger, maybe.
I believe that's Justin with.
Maybe it's Bomb Hugger.
Could be Bomb Hugger.
Could be. It's the 3 horse. It says the second race, but obviously that's not.
So we're going.
But nice looking horse here. If it is Bomb Hugger, you should be able to tell. It's your horse, right? Like,
I'm up here.
Nice looking horse regardless. Bomb Hugger was good last week in the qualifier. Made up 4.5 lengths. Travis Henry is enjoying the air conditioning.
Travis Henry sitting at home, letting his wife Maddie do all the work at the farm, I'm quite sure. But yeah, Travis didn't come back. He got along with his filly well. She's New York bred at Chapter 7, so she'll be leaving my barn almost anytime.
So let's see. Scotty Cox has another good one coming in. Let's see. Chris Lems was on one here for you guys. There's Anthony on the one horse, but there's the one that Chris Lems was driving. He's on the screen now, or he was for a second there. Spent. There he is. Him and Anthony side by side here. Spent.
That is Brody LeCain. Brody and his girlfriend live in Ontario. We're good enough to come down and work for us this summer here. Brody helps Shelby out in the barn a little bit and does a lot of riding for us. Younger man looking to get his trainer's license, which I think I'm supposed to talk to you or maybe the commission about, but I think I forgot.
Interesting here, ownership wise. Of course, the stable spent group, but Irv Miller's got a nice piece of this with Gregory Gillis.
Irvin Miller, Anthony was bidding on this, if the story's correct. Anthony was bidding on this colt at Lexington. He is the brother to thestable.ca horse, Spend That Money, former Ohio Sire Stake winner. Anthony purchased the horse. Irv came up and tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Did you buy that colt?" Anthony said, "Yes, I did." He said, "Do you want to sell it?" Anthony said, "I'll sell you half." And the deal was done. Irv's trained horses for the past. Irv trained Yes for us, former Sire Stake winner, world record holder here at Northfield Park, by the way, for myself and Ryan Stahl. Irv trains Yes for the stable. Little history, I spent 3 years working for 12 years ago or so. Have a very good relationship with them, and we've sent horses to him in the past. Globetrotting was there last year in Indiana. Yes, who he's done remarkable things with, just qualified last week. So these 2 horses, one which is scratched today because he's in the box here Monday, Massive Profit, who was excellent last week. Massive Profit and Spent will be heading to the Hoosier area for trainer Irv Miller.
So this is either You Gotta Be Leaf or Prince Tab.
I'm going to say that's Prince. That could be You Gotta Believe.
You Gotta Be Leaf, currently on the monitors here at Northfield Park. There you go.
Owned by some Toronto Maple Leaf alumni. Yes. This horse, again, don't quote me on these things. Kelly Spencer would be the one to really tell you. This horse was...
Can you say that again?
Kelly Spencer? This horse was purchased, and I believe a portion of his earnings are going to the McMaster Children's Hospital back home, owned by, I want to say, Maple Leaf alumni Rick Vive, Doug Gilmore, and Shane Corson.
Okay.
Rick Vive was out to the farm this winter. I don't know if he actually went with this horse, but he was jogging some horses and training some horses with us. So it was pretty cool to see those guys, a couple of NHL greats out to see their horses. And it's, well, any kind of publicity you can get that with a guy like Rick Vive, Shane Corson, or Doug Gilmore, I think is great.
Now you got to believe a little short last week, 2-7-3, beaten a bunch there, but looks pretty sharp on the track now.
He's the one that might have had the X last week. He might have had the X.
Okay.
Put a little step in on Justin, and Justin just kind of grabbed him up. So not a big deal. It's his first qualifier. Anthony will drive him today, as Justin is going to go with Granite Hill again, the What the Hill gelding. You got to believe he's trained well in the past. I trained beside him the other day. I trained a Massive Profit, and Anthony had You Got to Believe, and he looked good. So he's going to drive him today, see how he goes. But yeah, good morning so far. A lot of nice horses. A very good morning for us. I got to talk about my girl again. I was pretty
impressive. Pretty impressive performance, right?
Just the way she got around the track here, and the fact that before this year she hadn't beat probably 2.6, 2.8 without trotting hobbles. She has no hobbles on this year.
Wow.
And just to see her grow up, develop, and turn into the kind of horse I think she can be is beyond impressive. I've been with this filly since she came to me as a 2-year-old, and through the ups, which there's been many ups and a couple downs, but just to see this filly heading in the right direction is
look at the
fantastic.
They're doing that.
Yeah, I just I got my boys trained her as much as I did. Daryl Rideout and Travis Henry sat behind her a lot. Daryl loves going with her. He goes with her every day pretty well.
Travis didn't do any work.
He went with her twice in the bike. I'll throw Travis a little credit, even though he didn't come back this week. But I'm very happy. Mike's going to go do some charting. Very happy to see her go. I can't say enough about her. I mean, I think she has a big, big year ahead of her. Is she Atlanta Manchego ready? Probably not. Let's be honest. Nobody really is. But and Ramona Hill, age-trod mare this year. But just to see her come back this year has been really fantastic. Just really happy and really proud of her, the kind of horse I think she's going to turn out to be. So, well, we talked for long enough. It looks like the gate's getting ready to move into position here a little bit. Getting ready to go. Qualifier number 12. This is a group. I'm going to flip my program here. This is a group of aged pacers. We don't have anybody in here. The stable is not represented here, but well, I'm doing a lot of talking today, so I might as well keep talking. Car's moving to the backside. Looks like they're going to get rolling here in a minute. But, yeah, group of 12. Aged pacers. Qualifier number 12 of 19. We are back in the next qualifier with 1, 2, skip a few. 1, 2, skip a few. The Uncle Peter filly, looking to improve off last week's effort for driver Travis Henry. Got away at the back. Tough to close up. They went a soft half and a good mile. She went a mile and 2.3, but she was home in 30 and 3. Looking to improve off that. As we said earlier, Daryl Rideout warmed her up, and she looked fantastic warming up. So looking for a good performance from Skippy here today. Truck still out on the track. Screening it after everybody warms up. Again, shout out to Daryl Rideout for getting our break schedule settled. We discussed it and we called the judges last night. They were nice enough to accommodate us a little bit. So the breaks are important when you're lining up, deciding who's warming up, when they're warming up. I spent about 40 minutes this morning writing names down and tacked them actually to both office doors, and then I came to the grandstand to sit in the air conditioning. So again, just a great job by everybody back there. I mean, I assume. I'm sitting over here, I'm not going to lie. But it's qualifying days are hectic here. I think last Thursday we all left the barn around 5 o'clock. It's tough, but it's got to be done. It's that time of year. The crew in Ontario is doing the same thing. Bunch of qualifiers. They had some good-looking horses last week, so keep it up, guys. Good to see everybody back racing in Ontario. That's the main thing. Qualifier number 12, getting ready to roll. Age Pacers. They are off. I was talking too much and didn't get the driver changes, but we'll try to wing it. That looks like possibly Lonnie Graber. Bad Boys Rule. Racing Hill gelding. Up on the front end. Song Cycle Sinesse. In second, looking to keep on trucking to the front. That's a tongue twister. Song Cycle Sinesse. That's a good job for Ayers. Song Cycle Sinesse leads them. Quarter up in 28-1, making a break in the 2-hole. Bad Boys Rule. He was a bad boy. Cooper Fischel inherits second now. Funny side note, my friends John Abbott and Jesse Robinson have a dog named Cooper. Halfway home, 57-4. Song Cycle Sinesse. Cooper Fischel's in second. I believe that's David Lake, and I believe Priority Lounge back in third. That's my man Luke back in fourth with Cruising Nightly, Yankee Cruiser filly, making her first spin. Well back to the rest of the pack. Bad Boys Rule. Well, I'm not sure who's driving that horse. And Kurt Suggs having some problems at the back with Mick Haven. 3/4 was a sharp 126-2. Back to Song Cycle Sinesse. I'm not sure who's driving, but they got a white helmet on. So, your guess is as good as mine. But Song Cycle Sinesse goes a good-looking qualifier here this morning. For second, Priority Lounge, Shadow Play filly. Colt, sorry. 157 flat for Song Cycle Sinesse. For trainer, Bill Rhodes. Bill Rhodes. I don't know if he's driving. I don't think he has a white helmet, but he drove a couple earlier, but dynamite drop in, Curtis. Welcome back, everyone. Jason McGinnis here, still from Northfield Park, qualifier number 13. Getting ready to go. 6 2-year-old trotters in behind the car. And they are off. Had to clear my throat there. Anthony McDonald, 1, 2, skip a few, leave out and make the front. We had an early breaker that looked like the 3-horse. Floyd of Rosedale for Charlie Myrick. The Southwind Spirit colt jumped it off. Back to the front end. It is 1, 2, skip a few. Chris Lem set in second. Doesn't look very content to sit second. With the Uncle Peter gelding. Outreach. Up and around 1, 2, skip a few. Quarter up in 31 and 2. Well back to third to Jeff Conger and Global Cyclone, the Storm and Norman 2-year-old colt. Back and forth. Uphill Lie, What the Hill gelding. Then we have Spirit Ridge in the early breaker. Floyd of Rosedale. Chris Lem's up on the lead with Outreach. Halfway home, 1, 0, 2, and 2. Uphill Lie made a break at the half and another break at the back for Floyd of Rosedale. Outreach, Chris Lem's 2-year-old gelded son of Uncle Peter on the front. Anthony giving chase in the 2-hole with 1, 2, skip a few. The Uncle Peter sitting 1, 2 in here. Back in third, Global Cyclone. Anthony edges out a little bit, but Chris Lems lets Outreach out a notch, 133 and 1. Outreach and Chris Lems under attack now from 1, 2, skip a few. Back in third to Global Cyclone, well back to Spirit Ridge. Down the lane, 1, 2, skip a few, looks to get the better of Global Cyclone. That is close. Might have went to Chris Lems on the inside with Outreach. 1, 2, skip a few on the outside. Time of the mile, 2:02 and 2. Okay. Hi, folks. We're back. Qualifier number 14, getting ready to go. Compact field of 6. 2-year-old Pacers. Anthony McDonald and Confederate Cruiser. 2-year-old gelded son of Yankee Cruiser, lead from post position 1. The Mountain. A Corey Dearman trained son of Fear the Dragon, leaves from post 2. Kurt Sugg will drive. Ryan Stahl drives the 3. Louis Osborne, Sonny Yankee Cruiser, for trainer Eric Hamlet. Darren Harvey steers the 4. Gator at the Well. He also trains. This is a well-said gelding. Post position 5. Justin Irvine picks up the drive on Dry Ridge Caldwell. This is a Sunfire Blue Chip gelded son, trained by Bill Rhodes. And number 6, Blue Ocean. Driver change to Chris Lems. Lems will drive for trainer Kelly O'Donnell. This is a 2-year-old colt by Bring On the Beach. 6 of them in behind the car. The only previous starter was Confederate Cruiser, who had a sharp qualifier last week. Probably going to look for a little more today. And they are off. Kurt leaves out with the Mountain. He's going to cross over quickly to Confederate Cruiser. Louis Osborne back to 3rd. Justin Dry Ridge Caldwell is 4th. Blue Ocean gets away 5th. And at the back of the pack, Gator at the Well and Darren Harvey. Well spread out field of 6 here. 20 lengths front to back, quarter up in a sharp 29-3. And it's Kurt Sugg and the Mountain on the lead. Confederate Cruiser. I've been spelling his name wrong on the training board for about a month. Confederate Cruiser. And Anthony tighten the 2-hole. 4 or 5 lengths back to Louis Osborne, 3rd. Another gap to Dry Ridge Caldwell. And well back to the trailers, Blue Ocean and Gator at the Well. Half is up in 59-3. The Mountain. Kurt Sugg on the lead. Confederate Cruiser content for now to sit in the pocket. Louis Osborne back in 3rd. Dry Ridge Caldwell, Justin Irvine in 4th. And then back to the struggling trailers, Blue Ocean and Gator at the Well. 3/4 pops up in a snappy 127-4. Kurt let the Mountain out a notch there. The Fear the Dragon colt on the front. But here comes Anthony McDonald and Confederate Cruiser to the outside. Louis Osborne back to 3rd. And the rest are a little ways back, but it is Confederate Cruiser taking the deep stretch lead. The Mountain fighting back, but Confederate Cruiser, an impressive winner here this morning, 156-4 for Confederate Cruiser. I trained him the other day, if anybody was wondering, but still, great job, Cindy, and everyone that had him at home. Confederate Cruiser, sharp mile here this morning.
By now, you know the name COSA TV, an industry leader producing unique, high-quality digital content promoting harness racing in Ontario. Features,
Nope, we're good.
virtual programming, live events, and more.
You know what?
COSA TV has it covered. Follow our social media channels and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to view the latest content. And if you're looking to bet your favorite Ontario track, check out hpibet.com. COSA TV, taking Ontario racing global.
Hi, folks. Jason McGinnis back here with you. Got the hook up from my man Curtis McDonald here. Qualifier 15 getting ready to go. I was just told by Mike Carter that is a national seasons mark for a 2-year-old on a half-mile track. Confederate Cruiser. Very impressive winner. He's just a little guy. Everybody kind of cheers for him. Qualifier 15, 6 horses in here. Thestable.ca represented by number 3, Matt's MVP, 2-year-old gelded son of my MVP. He was a winner last week in 2, 2, and 3, last quarter in 30 seconds. Also represented by number 5, Spent. Chris Lems will steer again. 2, 2, and 2 last week, 29 and 4 on the end. And he looks to be a bit of a handful off the wings today. Greg Grismore just lost number 2, Aviation, the Break the Banquet colt for trainer Pamela Young. And also off stride, Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese and Jason Thompson made a break there, possibly interfered with. Another breaker, Dream on It, and Jimmy Smith. Lots of action here in the first turn. But out to a big lead is Spent. And Chris Lems, quarter in 29 and 4. Gelded son of Swan for All, Indiana bred. Anthony, 5 lengths back with Matt's MVP. A big gap back to Mo Bay. And then the 3 breakers. Dream on It, Aviation, and Chuck E. Cheese. Spent and Chris Lems are on the front. Half in a minute and 4. Matt's MVP giving chase from second, trying to close the gap. Bigger gap to Mo Bay, the Uncle Peter colt in third. The Don't You Forget It colt, Dream on It, closing up to be fourth. And the early miscues, Chuck E. Cheese and Aviation. It's still Spent by 3 or 4 lengths. 3/4, 131 flat. Spent looking to go coast to coast here. Matt's MVP giving chase in second. But so far, this is the Spent show. Spent and Chris Lems. Turn for home. Matt's MVP giving chase in second. Mo Bay and Dream on It, third and fourth. But it's Spent and Chris Lems, a wrapped up winner. He's home in 2:01 and 1. Matt's MVP up for second. Mo Bay third. Dream on It got the 4. And Aviation fifth. And the early misbehavior, Chuck E. Cheese, back in sixth. We'll be back with qualifier 16. Okay. Coughing. Hi, folks. Back for qualifier 16 at Northfield Park. Scratch. Stable horse. Scratched. Purple Aura will not go in here for Luke Ebersol. Take out the 2, Purple Aura. From the inside out, Bank Me Treasure. Greg Grismore driving. Trainer Pamela Young. Break the Bank K filly. 3 is Bomb Hugger, Anthony McDonald. This is a Chapter 7 filly coming in off a 2-2 qualifier. Kurt Sugg drives Bobby Joe for Jessica Milner, and away we go, filly. Jimmy Smith trains and drives the 5, Oh So Dreamy, What the Hill filly. Chris Lems and Scott Cox teaming up here again with the What the Hill filly, Lovely Live. And Charlie Myrick, Flawless Wish. This is a Wishing Stone filly that Charlie also trains. The head of the stretch, starters letting them go. They are off. A familiar sight today as Anthony McDonald goes to the front with Bomb Hugger. We got a breaker in the first turn, couple of breakers. Bobby Joe made a break, as did the 5, Oh So Dreamy. They're both off stride. Bomb Hugger out to an early lead. Bank Me Treasure in second. Soon to be third as Chris Lems and Lovely Live are on the move on the outside. Quarter up in 29-4. Bomb Hugger on the front. Lovely Live and Chris Lems in second. Back to third, Bank Me Treasure, Greg Grismore. Flawless Wish, well back in fourth. And the breakers, Bobby Joe and Oh So Dreamy. Not so dreamy today. Halfway home, 101-1, Anthony McDonald. Couple tap reminders to Bomb Hugger. The Chapter 7 filly, New York bred. Responds and opens up, couple lengths now. Lovely Live back to second. Bank Me Treasure third. Flawless Wish is fourth. Oh So Dreamy, well back in fifth, and off stride again, Bobby Joe. She's having a difficult day. Meanwhile, back in the front and Bomb Hugger opens up for Anthony, 3/4, 130 even. Bomb Hugger quickly out to a 5-6 length lead. Giving chase, Lovely Live. Back in third to Bank Me Treasure, but from the word go, this was Bomb Hugger. Whip over the shoulder, Bomb Hugger's home in 1:58 flat. Snappy mile this morning from Bomb Hugger. Welcome back, folks, for qualifier 17. 2-year-olds, compact field of 6. Couple driver changes in here. The 5, Better by the Seaside, Justin Irvine. And the 6, Fear the Queen, Greg Grismore. Qualifier 17, stable.ca, not represented in here. We're going to watch it anyway. They are off. Kurt Sugg getting first call with Well Maxine. 2-year-old filly by Wellshead. Split pot. Ryan Stahl holding position in second. On the outside, Abel DeVee. Sharp winner here last week for driver Chris Lems, trainer Scott Cox. He's settling in the 3-hole. Barely Tipsy gets away 4th. Fear the Queen is on the inside 5th, and on the outside is Better by the Seaside and Justin Irvine. Quarter was up 30 seconds flat for Well Maxine, first-time starter. Kurt Sugg has her out to a 3 or 4 length lead. Ryan Stahl and Split Pot betting line filly here. Trainer Eric Hamlet, soon to be overtaken by the 4, Abel DeVee. Always be Mickey Gelding. Moving to the outside and slides back to the pylons. Kurt Sugg, Well Maxine hit the half, 59-2. Abel DeVee in the 2-hole. Split Pot, Ryan Stahl back to 3rd. Justin Irvine and Better by the Seaside are in 4th. Greg Grismore and Fear the Queen, another 2 lengths back in 5th. And trailing the field, Barely Tipsy. But it's Kurt Sugg and Well Maxine still controlling things. 3/4, 1:28-4. Lems is on the move with Abel DeVee. Always be Mickey Gelding on the outside and giving chase. On the inside, Well Maxine fights on. Giving chase. Abel DeVee, Well Maxine holds on. An impressive looking winner. Home in 1:57-3.
Most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU covers the sport from all angles with news, features, photography, opinion, and analysis of racing. Also, HRU covers breeding and sales, as well as industry stories you need to know. It's all delivered by a deep, diverse, and talented team of writers and photographers. And the best news is that it's free to subscribe. Subscribe to HRU today for free at harnessracingupdate.com and see what everyone is talking about.
My biggest thing is like, okay, last night, 14th race. You're hungry, whatever. It's like, all right, what are we gonna eat?
Yeah, then you just go to McDonald's and
Eat crap, and then, well, good for you. I lost like 25 pounds when I had COVID.
Yeah.
That was good. Do that again.
See, I gained it all during COVID.
Oh, I gained a bunch. You not racing at home? I get COVID again. She had a quick 20. We'd be laughing.
So.
You don't eat for 8 days? Like it just falls off.
Yeah, I can imagine. Then it freaking hurries up and gets put back on you, right?
Yeah. How we holding up, Curtis? You got a little nap this afternoon? No, where are you going to?
I'll show you a picture when I get back.
Nothing beats a good nap, bud. All right. All right, let's rock. Oh, okay. Well, we're mic'd up. I don't know. We've been mic'd up a while. We're having technical difficulties. I don't think we said anything bad. Qualifier 18. 2 to go, folks. This is the first half of the late double. Stable.ca. 3 starters in here. Number 1, You Gotta Be Leaf. Anthony McDonald drives this 2-year-old son of Uncle Peter. Justin Irvine, 2-year-old son of What the Hill. Granite Hill. He'll lead from post 3. Luke Ebersol. Number 6, Prairie Fire. The Long Tom son. 3 of the 6 Stable.ca horses in behind the car, and there they go. Early breaker, Phantom Tom. Greg Grismore lost him leaving the car. Phantom Tom and Greg Grismore an early break. Luke Ebersol fires Prairie Fire right out of there. Opens up to a quick 3-length lead. You Gotta Be Leaf back in second. Third, Count Jogging. Kurt Sugg, full count, son. On the inside, fourth, Charlie Myrick and Norman Hill, another Storm and Norman gelding. On the outside, fifth, Granite Hill and Justin Irvine. And the early breaker, Phantom Tom, back in sixth. The quarter for Prairie Fire and Luke Ebersol was 30 seconds flat. Prairie Fire playing Catch Me If You Can. He's up to an early lead. Anthony, You Gotta Be Leaf, back in second. Count Jogging is third. On the outside, fourth, Granite Hill. Norman Hill to the inside. And then Phantom Tom is sixth. Halfway home, 1 minute and 3/5. A breaker at the back again was Phantom Tom and Greg Grismore. So 1 minute and 3 to Prairie Fire. Looking to improve on his 2 and 3 mile last week. Got home in 29 and 4 though. Back in second, You Gotta Be Leaf. Count Jogging third. Norman Hill fourth. Granite Hill back in fifth. And Phantom Tom with his difficulties today. But Prairie Fire and Luke Ebersol 130 and 1 to the 3/4. Anthony trying to hold second with You Gotta Be Leaf. Count Jogging and Kurt Sugg giving chase from third. But this one is all Prairie Fire and Luke Ebersol, a wrapped up winner, 159 and 2. Very sharp mile this morning from Prairie Fire. Count Jogging second. You Gotta Be Leaf back in third.
In a field lies hope, anticipation. From the biggest races to the brightest stages, taking you on the wildest ride.
Forbidden trade with a gigantic upset.
Tall dark stranger answers the bell. For the glory, the pride, the payoff. Enter the field, the Ontario Sire Stakes program, from Ontario farms to the world stage.
Okay. Welcome back, if anyone's still awake. Qualifier number 19 here at Northfield. Again, thanks to everybody back in the barn for working their butts off while I'm sitting up here talking, playing on my phone, talking to Curtis in between qualifiers, hanging out with Mike Carter. Very good day so far. A lot of nice horses. Good morning. But again, thanks to everybody back in the barn, running around like crazy, just doing a great job. Last one of the day, qualifier 19. At the head of the stretch, one thestable.ca horse left. That is the one, Prince Tab, gelding son of Cantab Hall. He leaves from post 1. And they are off. This field of 5 with the scratch of stable.ca horse Massive Profit, who is going to race here at Northfield Monday night. So we didn't know if the class was going to go, so we entered him in to qualify. He's not qualifying. He's going to race Monday. But back here, right now, on the front, Creatine filly, Moments Created, and Kurt Sugg. Very good looking start. Prince Tab trying to close up the gap in second. Sugg hits the quarter with Moments Created in 30 and a 5th. Prince Tab in second. Back to third. Photo Tom, Long Tom's son for Chris Lems. Big gap back and forth to Darren Harvey and first over, another Creatine colt. And at the back, having some issues, is Seymour, a Team 6 gelding. Back up to the front end, and it is Moments Created and Kurt Sugg. Halfway home, 1:02. Good clip here. Prince Tab, trying to keep tabs in second. Lems back in third with Photo Tom. Big gap back and forth to first over. And at the back is Seymour. He's getting to see more. He's getting to see them all. They turn down the backside, and Kurt Sugg lets out Moments Created a notch. Opens up to a quick 3 or 4 length lead. 3/4, 129 and 3. Good looking daughter of Creatine on the front. Moments Created. Prince Tab's going to try to hold second. Photo Tom in third. Well back to the rest. But it's Moments Created. Sharp looking performance here. Prince Tab and Photo Tom are going to battle it out for second. Photo Tom getting up on the outside in the last step. But Moments Created home in 1:59 flat. Good looking mile from Moments Created. Creatine daughter. Out of the Wonder Dancer mare, Priceless Moment. First time behind the car for trainer Edward Miller. So, that is going to wrap things up. I'm waiting on my sidekick here coming from the judges' room. Mr. Mike Carter, charter, announcer, works in the race office, does a million things here, does a fantastic job. Him and Mr. Bianconi are always great with us communicating, text, phone, whatever, anything they need, anything we need. They do a fantastic job here at Northfield. These guys throwing this together so everybody can watch all these races. They've done a great job. And I'm going to go see him. Hang on 1 second. And we are in the office of Mr. I almost called you doctor. You're not a doctor, are you?
No,
You're a doctor?
No doctors here.
No doctors here. Just a Mr. Mr. Mike Carter, charter extraordinaire. That wraps it up from a marathon session here at Northfield. 2:32. Not bad.
Yeah. Listen, it was a fun day, and Prince Tab, he looked good.
He was
there.
good. Yeah.
We talked about him earlier. He was warming up real good.
Better performance. He was definitely better today. He looked good.
So performance of the day was.
I went ahead to made like, because I'm Canadian, so I watch hockey. I made a 3 stars.
Okay. I like it.
Now I'm a little biased, obviously.
Bomb for me, for you guys, it was bomb hunter.
I went with a bonus, like a 3.5 star, just because I don't train the horses. A pair of Down by the Seaside fillies, trained by Scott Cox, driven by Chris Lems. a couple of really nice looking fillies. They're my 3.5 star.
Yeah.
Third star, I split this
Okay.
between Bomb Hugger and Off Tom.
Okay, I can see that. Off Tom was good.
Off Tom was
I
very
like
good.
Off
Bomb
Tom.
Hugger was great. 28 flat on the end. That's a big
Yeah.
quarter for a 2-year-old trotting filly.
You know, one thing I noticed, at least here, and you know, something you don't see a whole heck of a lot is, I mean, just how fast they were going. I mean, especially for 2 and 3-year-olds. I mean, you know, some of those races were just a little crazy.
There were some big miles here this morning. I gave my 2nd star to Confederate Cruiser.
Okay, yeah.
Sharp mile, 156 and 4, national seasons record for a 2-year-old on a half-mile track.
Yeah, that was a big effort.
He was impressive. This horse loves to work. He chased that horse right to the wire. The horse that was second won a very big mile too, but I got to give him the nod. And you can probably guess my number 1 star.
Globetrotting.
I'm going to go with Globetrotting.
Listen,
Mike
you
Charter.
can't be biased, right?
Mike Charter, 17 length winner. That's pretty accurate, I think.
That was the computer charted.
The computer charted. Just very, very happy. She was outstanding. I couldn't be happier with her. Like I said, we've seen a lot of ups and downs together, and hopefully we're just going up from here. Thrilled with Globetrotting and many other horses. Some winners, Prairie Fire, Procrastinator. We won a few. I don't want to leave anybody out, but overall,
Procrastinator was real good too.
Procrastinator was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Great morning here. Just want to say thanks again to everyone involved for letting us do this. Thanks to my staff for picking up the slack and me coming over here doing nothing. And just everybody, Northfield Park for cooperating, bringing these races to you, the public, whoever's still watching.
Let's do it, man.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. And might see you next Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah, there'll be a lot next.
We'll still
Thursday,
have some. So
who knows? Maybe I'll put the headphones in and call a couple. We'll see.
All right. On behalf of myself and Mike Carter, thanks again. Take care.